But we finally completed it. And we are ready for our first globally broadcast Battle Royale! Welcome to the ultimate real-life gaming arena! It's all the thrill of online shooters, but in the real world!
Holy shit!
And you stand a chance of winning up to $100 million!
Obviously, this is going to attract everyone, not just ex-soldiers.
Guess who's going to the island? Oh, it's me! I can't wait. I'm gonna rip fucking heads off. Subscribe below and watch it all happen.
This is like Hunger Games happening in real life.
Pass the physical, and you stand a chance of winning in a battle so fight to the death!
Players must undergo surgery in order to play.
They cut off your limbs, and they grow back by regen. And then they give you these cybernetic combat limbs.
It's all about the cyber limbs. That's what makes this whole operation unique.
Then they give you a load of guns and set you loose. To go out and slaughter all your opponents. These people are just regular folks who have opted into total madness.
How much worse is this going to get? They're now using paid mercenaries to act as the NPCs on the island.
These guys will shoot you.
And then they bring you back from the dead.
They can literally resuscitate soldiers from death. Even extreme fatalities. They can regrow the patient from base tissue.
Okay, well, this is our floating surgical ship. It's where we bring our fallen players.
I got arms. Check it out. I got no legs.
We need to get them there as quickly as we can, and then within a couple of days, they're out playing again.
As you can see, we've only walked away for a minute, and there is significant progress.
I just think we need to raise the stakes more.
Nah, it's good to go. It looks cool. Let's get it out on the island.
We have story-driven missions in the middle of the Battle Royale!
The fuck am I watching here?
Are you really going to say nothing in defense of this despicable island of depravity that you are personally responsible for?
What the?
Oh my God, am I going insane? What's going on in the world?
I fucking love this shit.
Welcome to the world's first real Battle Royale! You think you're tough? Sign up. Come on down to the island. Come test yourself for real.
Welcome to Teardrop. I am Master Sergeant Cobra. I have the unenviable task of guiding you regurgitated cum bubbles through your first real-life battle royale.
The game mode you're about to play is called Extraction Royale. This mode pits teams of 3 players against each other in a hybrid of Battle Royale and Extraction Shooter.
All players must sign this indemnity. We'll be getting rid of your arms and legs. You get to choose your cyber limb. You could buy him, win him as loot, or shoot a player, take his arms and legs.
Once you get on the ground, you'll want to quickly find supply crates scattered around Teardrop. Loot them and gear up quick as other teams could be around the corners.
While you're trying not to die out there and embarrass yourself in front of your friends and family, you're going to want to find one of these. It's called a hex, and it's the most valuable thing on this whole godforsaken island. It can contain cyber limbs, guns, money, or skins. You can trade with this for real. You gotta ship it off the fucking island before you get shot in the head. OTG Armory has the best guns on planet Earth. Do not try to sneak one back to the mainland and shoot up a bunch of people.
If you die in battle and revival isn't an option, you will respawn after a countdown. This will happen for as long as a member of your team is still alive.
If by some miracle you're still alive towards the end of the BR, we're getting bored watching you, we will activate a closing circle to restrict your battle area. You're going to want to avoid it, or you will know what it was like for witches to be burned alive.
Yeah, they really did that.
Lastly, do not go whining to any of the field marshals about the rules of engagement or he's violating my rights. This is not a contest where everybody gets a trophy. Most of you will go home to your friends and family as an urn full of embarrassment. The elite few will emerge as winners. Yes, good luck. Is that okay? Fuck this whole fucking job. Yeah, okay, whatever. Okay. Zeros, it's Sergeant Cobra, your favorite mercenary fuck fantasy. Oh, look! They're bringing us a gift. I wonder what it could be. Ta-da! Worried you can't beat the hombres? Well, our new content pack allows you to unleash your inner gangster.
I'm not hiding from ICE. I just relocated to a tax-free war zone. La Migra tried to catch me.
Just a little preface. This is my first ever skin that I've had in a game. It looks amazing. The attention to detail, you got the scump written on the gun. Okay, sitting down in the gaming chair just like this one, ready to fuck shit up. Yo, this is hard. I cannot wait to run around as myself and do that to people. So hard. Oh, I know what that is. That's the new Bounce Bomber. It creates a vacuum point that drags in enemies from a radius and then explodes. Look at that. And it is included in the Scump character pack. Once players obtain it, you guys can equip on any character, however. It looks kind of insane. It's just weird to see myself in a game letting bullets fly. Off the grid, I'm Scump. We finally got it done. I don't need legs to shoot a motherfucker. I'll tell you that. Oh, wow. It's a coat.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to pre-match. This is where you try your hand at killing before the match. You can make your family proud. Hoorah! Shit just got real. Now try not to die before you hit the ground. Good luck.
Establishing connection. The ghost arm installed. Teammate has zeroed themselves. Teammate has secured hex device.
The grid's about to overload. Not even Noah's Ark can save you animals now. Attention all zeros, the grid overload zone's approaching.
The dream of eternal youth is firmly within reach. Nanotech Life Sciences use science to reverse the clock. NTLS. Put on your eyes to restore your true beauty.
Armor fully stocked. Installing drivers. The hookshot arm installed.
You've invested in the design of food. Now take the next step. Cybernetic enhancements for your beloved fur baby. Only from Wapaton.
Is sponsored by Onyx, giving you the edge you need to survive.
All right, you folks take it easy.
So there.
The grid is on hold. Attention, assholes. Shiny new toys are dropping in like it's hot.
Sponsored by Happy Burn. Don't forget to take advantage of our post-match meal deal.
Sufficient funds, loadout drone available. Limb pairing in progress. The skunk paw arm installed.
Grid overload is imminent, so prepare
Let's
for
check
tighter
this area
quarters.
out.
Cobra here, some bad news. The grid is about to have a meltdown worse than Fukushima on steroids.
Let's move there.
Catch your breath. Shoot somebody in the face. The grid overload zone is on hold. Last respawn window for you. It's play to win after.
Health metric increasing. Teammate revival advisable.
Let's check this area out.
Teammate vitals normalized. Teammate injured.
Heads up. The grid's gonna overload. Noah's Ark can save you now, you animals. Smell something burning? Could be your leg. Stay the fuck away from the shrinking grid.
Vital signs improving. Error. Valid. Recalibrate. Danger. Deadly overload imminent. Error. Checks valid. Recalibrate stored.
Enemy
Health
down.
metric increasing. Teammate redeployed.
Slow your roll, you spineless shit monkey. The grid is on hold. Take a breath while you still can. Time to bring out and show off that limited edition of whatever it is that you've been saving in your hideout.
Teammate assistance required. Teammate killed by themselves. Vital signs improving.
Your safe space is shrinking. We got a grid overload warning.
Warning, blood loss detected.
I'm afraid to report that the grid
Death
overload
detected.
zone...
Initiating system shutdown. You have enough funds to call the drone. Danger. Deadly overload imminent.
All right, temple-headed gherkins. We bought the grid overload. Don't get excited.
All armor plates destroyed.
Now, it's not quite a 2-for-1 deal, but redeployment just got a whole lot cheaper.
Health metric increasing.
Alright, you room temperature IQ motherfuckers. Don't let
Vital
the grid
signs improving.
touch you, or you are dead.
Enemy down!
Cyberlimb capacitance critically high. Leave the high power zone
Look at that.
immediately.
It's your legs. Stay the fuck away
Biological
from the
functions
shrinking
not
grid,
detected.
okay? So excited. This is not the real fight yet. It's just foreplay. Welcome to pre-match.
Okay, James, you good to go? Yes, sir. Okay, I'm going to take you up to 120%. Copy that, sir. On my mark. Stand by. 3, 2, 1, mark!
Let's check this area out. Enemy down. Check this area.
Teammate eliminated by enemy. Notice, failure to use jetpack has resulted in death.
Okay, I hope you got the hang of those cyberlimbs, because the real battle royale is beginning. This time, it is for real. Now it's time for a quick public service announcement. Remember to shoot them until they stop moving, and then shoot them again for good measure. Okay, now I need you to line up like a bunch of ducks on parade and jump out of this fucking plane.
Teammate revival needed ASAP. Teammate death detected. Teammate redeployment successful. Sufficient balance. Loadout drone available.
Let's check this area out.
Grid overload is imminent. So, prepare for orders. Attention all zeros, the grid overload zone's approaching.
Teammate health restored.
Enemy down!
Teammate assistance required.
Enemy down!
Teammate killed. Be advised, teammate has returned to the battle.
Enemy down!
Teammate disconnected.
Be sure to check out our post-match specials on scopes and sights.
Enemy down!
Alright, you fucking chicken shit pussies, the grid is on hold.
Teammate revival advisable. Teammate has self-eliminated.
Heads up, zones will soon get hot with everyone's favorite toys.
Injury detected. Killed.
Enemy down!
Enemy down.
Sufficient funds, loadout drone available. Regeneration complete.
Hey, listen up, fuckers. It's gonna be an electronic Armageddon unlike anything you've ever seen. That's right. This shit will fry your brain faster than a stripper's panties on payday. Stay away from the grid, or say hello to that nice warm place where the good soldiers go when they die violently. grid touch you, or you are dead. Are we following that? I hope so. I'm afraid to report that the grid overload zone's approaching.
Health metric increasing. Your team has completely eliminated the enemy squad.
Alright, you thimble-headed gherkins. We've paused the grid overload. Don't get excited, though. You're probably still gonna die soon. Redeployment discount active. Enemy down!
Vital signs improving.
Grid overload warning. Your safe space is shrinking.
Health metric increasing.
Smell something burning. Could be your legs. Stay the fuck away from the shrinking grid.
Enemy down.
Enemy down!
Alright, you fucking chicken shit pussies. The grid is on hold. Listen up, Zeros. Discount on Hex Extraction is now active. Hurry up. Limited time.
Vital signs improving. Your team has eliminated the last enemy in their squad.
Heads up, you animals. The grid's about to overload. Not even Noah's Ark can save you now. Grid overload starting faster than you can say chur fucking noble.
Teardrop op initiated. Objective: locate the hex and extract it using a hextractor. Check your map for details.
Grid overload has been paused. Am I not merciful? Yeah. Attention all Zeros. Contents of the loot crates have been resupplied.
Hack the terminal. Establishing connection. The Buzzkiller arm installed.
Grid overload warning says your safe space is shrinking. Stay away away from the grid, or say hello to that nice warm place where the good soldiers go when they
You're
die.
trying to access danger. Danger. Deadly overload imminent.
All right, thimble-headed gherkins. We barred the grid overload. Don't get excited. You're still probably gonna die soon.
Health metric increasing.
Redeployment discount on. All right, maggot scum, listen up. The fucking grid's about to fry you. All right, folks, come over here with another announcement. The grid overload is starting faster than you can say fucking noble. Grid overload is paused. There's a moment for you to regroup. Yeah, call an old friend.
Vital signs improving.
All right, you room temperature IQ motherfuckers. Don't let the grid touch you, or you are dead. Shh, shh, listen. What's that sizzling sound? You hear that? Yeah, that's the sound of your fucking safe space shrinking. Forget active shooters, we've got an active loadout discount right now. Congratulations, you're a winner. Ha, that was impressive. Honestly, it'd be a lot more impressive if you could do it again. Let's see what you got, huh?